Ta-da! Welcome, 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 welcome. I want to come quickly and talk about music. I know I've already made a short video before on music, but I wanted to touch on something else because I've been having lately conversation about music and about inspiration, and since I'm from Cameroon, of course, about the impact of Cameroon on other type of music and so forth and so on. And there's 3 different things that I thought interesting that I wanted to share with you that you may or may not know. You can certainly tell me down in the comments below to tell me if you were aware of this, if you already knew this about some of the influence that Cameroonian music may have had. So the first thing is, like, I wanted to talk about the World Cup. The African World Cup back in South Africa with the anthem, which was sang by Shakira, which the title was Waka Waka, if I'm sure. I don't remember what that title was. But one thing is that when I first heard that song, I was disappointed. And I wasn't disappointed not because the song was bad, not because I don't like this Shakira, no, none of that. I was disappointed because that was a song, that was a remix of an original Cameroon song that I grew up with. That I used to sing that when I was in kindergarten, going to kindergarten back in Cameroon. That song was on the radio all the time. It was at home. I grew up singing that song, when I've listened to it, I was just like, oh, it really, I found it so cringy because it was so far from the original version. And also the second thing was that many people didn't even know it was a song from Cameroon. Many people didn't even know it was from a Cameroon group, band that was very popular in the 70s and the 80s. And so this was to speak about, the influences that you may have and that you don't even realize. And Cameroon, in the particular example that I'm going to share with you, is Cameroon music influencing beyond its borders. And the biggest one was the World Cup with the Waka Waka song, which was the World Cup anthem, which is based on a Cameroon song. And unfortunately, that's one of the drama of all of this, is that the band that actually made the song, Zangalewa, did not get any form of recognition. I've still today meet Cameroonian people that don't even know this song, and that were not even aware that it was that the FIFA anthem was based on a Cameroon song, which really saddened me. But at the same time, I say, times evolve, different generations, and I think it's important just to underline that for me, for all of you and the viewers are watching, or even the Cameroonians watching, to know that you have influence that sometimes you don't even realize. Isn't it beautiful? You don't even realize the power of your thought, the power of what you create, what it becomes. I'm sure Zangalewa, the band, did not think when they were writing that song that it will go and become this anthem that people will sing around the world. So that was one example to say you are incredible, and even if you don't know how incredible you are, you can create something today that may change the lives of people coming out tomorrow. And I think for that song, sometimes it's okay that you don't get the credit that you do, because some of us will know that you made your contribution. Just like the way for me, when I heard the song, immediately I thought Zangalewa. So I want to encourage you. I'll put a few little snippets to show you the difference between the version of Shakira and a snippet on the original version of the song. And of course, in the description box, I put links to the full video so you can actually see. The Zangalewa song is actually 11 minutes. So just imagine having a song going on for 11 minutes. So, and that's why it was, as a kid, it was one of some of those favorite songs, because you can keep singing it. I mean, it was a torture for my parents, but as a kid, you would like to be in that mood. You like songs all along like that because you can enjoy them. So that's the first example. The second example was Michael Jackson. There's this phrase that Michael Jackson often say, "Mama say, mama makosa, mama say, mama makosa." And I'll try to put a clip. And in Cameroon, there's a type of music called makosa. So for me, every time I am hearing that, I'm hearing makosa. I'm hearing calling out this specific genre of music. And for those of you who don't know, I'll try to put a few links of makosa music down there so you can go and check it out. But that's another thing that I'm saying. Things around you can inspire you to go back to your own sources, can inspire you to be linked with your own culture and traditions in such a delicious way. Even when you least expect it, you can find something that will inspire you and take you back to your roots, or celebrate your roots, and have people, talking about it or singing about it without even knowing that it may be connected to something that's dear and close to you. And lastly, the last example is in terms of the current African music. So if some of you follow, those of you who follow African music know that at this time, at this point on the continent, Nigeria is a superpower house, is dominating most of the African music in terms of the variety of genre that they're creating, from hip-hop, reggae, African reggae, zouk, you name it, they have it. But what people may not know is that many of this music is inspired from other places. Of course, we inspire each other, we look at each other and we get inspiration. And in particular, because I speak about Nigeria oftentimes. Nigeria and Cameroon are borderline, so we are the same people. And I could get into that in separate videos. But Nigeria, Cameroon, there is a lot of inspiration, a lot of sharing and exchange between the two countries, and musically, it was obvious that it's the cultural similarities are present, and we can reflect that and find that back in the music, even in the modern music. So the example I was going to take is P Square and Akon did a song called "Chop My Money," where it's a song that's talking about being with a girl who just want you for your money, but you don't mind because you have a lot of it and you want to please her, so you're giving her your money. So basically that's the song. And then the song said "chop my money," and chop is in PJ and it means to eat. That means you eating his money, you taking money and eating his money. And that song came out, I don't remember the date. If I find it, I will put that information in the description box, but I will put a clip of the particular part of the song that I want you to focus on, which is a song that was very popular a few years back. But what most people don't know, and some Cameroonians may not know as well, and which also struck me the moment I heard the song, that portion of the song, I felt like I heard this before somewhere. I heard this before somewhere in Cameroon, of course. And so there's another song from a singer in Cameroon who's blind and who's been writing a lot of different songs, and in this particular song, the title is Viviane, and it's talking about a woman named Viviane who was taking advantage of him. So he was blind and he used to give her money all the time. She would tell him, I'm gonna come to your house, give me money first, I need this dress, give me money first, my friends need money, I need money to spend for the week, etc. And he gave him money until he didn't have any money anymore, and then she stopped speaking to him. And in the song, he has a part where he says, basically that she was eating his money. She was taking his money and spending it. And she was eating his money. And he uses a phrase, "chop my money." And you will see that the rhythm where he's talking about "chop my money" is really said in a similar kind of way. So to me, it was really easy for me to see the inspiration of that. It's not taking the same exact phrase with the same exact melody, but you can definitely sense the inspiration that can be taken from that portion of the song. And I'll insert a clip of that section of the song here and come back afterwards. Okay, so now that you've heard the video but heard the song, you see that there's the similarities between that. You see how what was then in Prince Aimé's song was that he was denouncing the fact that women were taking money and not fulfilling what they promised that they wanted, that they said that this particular woman wasn't actually being his girlfriend or wanting to marry him, but just wanted his money. And then the modern version that P Square taken from the inspiration from that song is to flip it and to have actually men who have money saying, okay, yeah, you can take all of my money because you're so beautiful, because you're so sweet, because I love you. So it's a spin on the take of the song that can say progress maybe where a man, instead of complaining, decided just to go along with it and to see what the benefit they can get out of it. I don't know, but it's just to say that the notion of the song, the the tone in that phrase has changed, nevertheless you can clearly see the inspiration between the two. So that was a little turn to just to let you know that, you know, we learn from each other all the time, sometimes without really being really conscious of it in a grand kind of way. And those examples also speak in terms of, like, you may think your actions are meaningless, that you live in your little bubble, but in fact those little steps that you're taking, those little things, those little decisions that you're making on the daily may impact millions of people's life, in terms of like what they're going to be listening to, in terms of like bringing them joy, in terms of also, you know, supporting the favorite team, the favorite soccer team, or just bringing that little bit of sunshine in their life that they need, because we all can use a little bit more sunshine, especially in the summer and the winter. So this was just to introduce you a little bit to African music, or to Cameroonian music. If you didn't know, these are not the most well known. These would not have been the songs that if you had asked me about my favorite Cameroonian song, those songs probably wouldn't have made the top. Maybe Zangalewa, but not Prince Aimé's song Viviane. Probably wouldn't have made the top. Chop My Money would not have made the top either. So these were just examples that came on. If you do have other example of African songs being inspired, having inspired other artists, please put them down below. I'm sure everybody would like to know, and I would like to go and check out these videos as well. And on this note, I hope you're enjoying the rest of your week or weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.